Mhm. All right. So let's hop into it. I'm a straight shooter. So I would love to do like a brief recap of your aspirations within the entertainment industry. And I know that I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she had basically said something along the lines of you expressing an interest specifically in fitness and health and wellness. So I'd love to hear more about that as well.
Yeah, I was talking to Cassie and I was basically telling her how
I wanted to say
um
Cassandra. So,
yeah, it was Cassandra, but like
oh,
she
great.
says Cassie for
Good.
short.
Good.
Yeah. So basically I've been going to the gym for about I want to say about 3, 4 years now. I say 3 or 4 years loosely because the first 2 years it was kind of like on and off, but the second 2 years was when I really got into it, like weightlifting, and stuff like that. So really it was like the main goal was to just lose weight. It was just to lose weight. Like that was it. It was very simple. But then as I got more into it, I realized, oh, okay, actually I need to build muscle in order to lose weight. Oh, I have to be eating protein to like gain muscle to lose weight. Oh, I don't actually want to be skinny anymore. I want to be toned. That's what I want to do. Oh, I want to have muscles. So kind of like build up from that a little. And then as I got deeper into it, I just learned more about steroids and then creatine, which I'm currently using. And also just like pre-workout, but also not using pre-workout. Like you don't have to use it. Like I don't use it. If I need caffeine, I just drink green tea. So and then also just learning more about like the gym culture, like really big, well, not like issues, but just stuff that comes up like dressing modestly for the gym or like dressing a certain way or dressing how you just want to feel like comfortably at the gym. And also like some men and other women's comments being like, oh, I can lift more than you, even though they're men. They have testosterone, of course they can. So then it's like it becomes more complicated instead of just the main goal being um every person having their own individual goal. It becomes a very social media influence kind of thing instead of like, oh, here's what I'm doing for me, for my certain body type. Because like as a person, as a short person, I'm 4'11", right? Um, Compared to like another woman who's probably like even 5'6" or taller than that, she's gonna have like a different diet, a different workout routine, a different pace in her metabolism, or even a different pace in how she grows muscle or loses weight. Um, I actually had an ex recently. We got together and then he asked me, "Oh, what's your calorie deficit?" And I was like, "Oh, like between 1,400, 1,500 calories." And he was like, "What? No, you need to eat more than that." Keep in mind, he was 6'4" and like 280 pounds. So like his calorie deficit is going to be completely different than mine. So like thinking he was right, right? I followed like his path, but I ended up gaining weight. So through that, I learned more like, oh, okay, it's not that simple. Like it really does pertain to each person's body type. So like whenever I come across videos, I tend to listen more to women and towards women who have the same body type as me or are the same size as me because a woman who is, like I said, like about 6 feet, she is gonna have a completely different routine that is probably not gonna be best for my physique. So these are like just the things that I learned throughout these past 3 or 4 years, where it's not really as simple as like do cardio and then you lose weight. Eat less and then you lose weight. It's way more way more complicated than that.
Yeah, it's not a one size fits all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And as you continue to learn that, I'm really a huge advocate for intuitive training and intuitive eating.
Mhm.
Personally, that's the message that I'm looking to push out. The thing is that an uninitiated person who is just being introduced to their own health and wellness journey, they do require some level of education and knowledge to understand exactly what's good and what's not good for their body, so far as their training and their nutrition is concerned. But my goal is to take the training wheels off in time so that they can learn precisely what their body responds to so far as training and nutrition is concerned, and to continue to make adjustments as they continue on in their health and wellness journey. But they need to have that knowledge as to being able to assess what are your goals and what strategy will get you closer to achieving the goal that you have in mind for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like more people have to realize, and I feel honestly like more women specifically, because I feel like weight loss is a really big issue amongst like women. Because we're told that we're supposed to look a certain way. So I feel like for women specifically, it's not so simple as to like go running and eat less, and then eventually possibly develop an eating disorder. Um, so it's like you can do it in a healthier way and still have a very healthy relationship with food and yourself.
I very much agree. I very much agree. Well, I love that, and personally, I am all for representation. Um, so that's great. And how would you? So, like, talk to me about your aspirations, like your goals. You can keep it at fitness, or you can talk more broadly about your career goals.
Um, well, I guess for like my career goals, I want to work in film, possibly as a producer or a studio executive. I'm still exploring where exactly I want to fit in. However, I am a woman of many talents. I can do it all. So really, like, um, if you want me to write, I can write, direct, act, I can act. So like I really try not to put myself too much in a box, because I feel like I can utilize myself as much as I can. Um, so like right now I'm just trying to find like any projects I can possibly work on with other people. So right now with my career, that's kind of where I am. I'm taking a step towards my career by pursuing a master's in business administration to learn more about the business side of entertainment. Because right now I only know the creative side. But if I want to know, learn how to like negotiate with like executives or possibly other producers, financiers, like accountants, like I have to know what the lingo is. I have to know what the system is like. So that's what I'm trying to do right now towards my career. And then as for fitness, it's like it's more of a hobby. It's something that I like to do. But I guess right now, like so far since I started 4 years ago with my weight loss, I mean I've lost 25 pounds. So I'm trying to like lose another 20 pounds eventually. But I am taking it at my own pace. You know, I try not to let it get too much into my head because I did let it get to my head once and it was really bad for my mental health. Um, so I am taking my time with it. And honestly, like I'm just having fun. Like I look
That's great.
forward to the gym every day.
That's wonderful. How old are you by the chance?
I just turned 25.
Okay. Tell me about your circle. Are people supporting you in your goals?
Oh, absolutely. My parents, they support me in whatever I do ever since like high school. When I told my parents that I wanted to go into theater, they were like, okay, you want to go into theater? Let's look at theater programs. And then it was, oh, I want to actually go into film. Okay, let's see what you can do for film. What are you doing for film? And then for my master's, my mom, she was actually the one who was like, oh, you should look into theater programs for your master's. But then I told her, no, I think I want to go into business. I think this should be something like a new skill I want to get into. My mom was surprised, but she was like, okay, like let's look up online programs, let's look up the programs nearby.
Hmm.
So my parents are very supportive. I've never gotten like, really, are you sure? Or never like, oh no, you should do like something else.
Hmm.
And then my friends are basically like they have the same interests when it comes to like acting and entertainment. So they're all supportive as well. And then even the friends who aren't in that realm, they don't necessarily understand it, but they're like, that's what you want to do. Like, you should absolutely do it. So I've been very blessed to be around people who are very supportive, and we're just supportive with each other in general.
Great. Where are you from?
Los Angeles, specifically El Sereno, so right nearby Boyle Heights and Lincoln Heights.
Okay, okay. And where are you currently? You're still located in that area?
Yeah, yeah, I still live here.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, that sounds beautiful. Let me tell you a little bit about my project. And I am a very big picture type of person, and
Mhm.
my style of empire building is working backwards, reverse engineering. So I am launching a cinematic universe to compare next to the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the WWE universe, if you're familiar with that product.
Hmm.
So essentially, the goal is to take natural athletes and essentially turn them into larger than life personas and personalities so that we can present them in the format of feature length films, television shows, animes, and kind of present a counterculture to the way that the fitness industry currently represents people who prioritize health and wellness.
Hmm.
The way that it's currently structured, health and wellness has kind of become uh, like in the backdrop as to what the fitness industry currently represents. Instead, what's in the forefront is clout chasing, social media recognition, influence, and all this very superficial stuff. Whereas
Yeah.
what I refer to as the Nattyverse, we are intending to present these star athletes with core values grounded around nobility, discipline, honor, transparency, perseverance, and determination, rising to
I
the
love
occasion.
that.
And we are starting off, and just to break it down, we're starting off with what is called the Natty King, which is intending to be a cinematic docuseries first appearing on Netflix, which leads into 30 natural bodybuilders preparing to compete at a once in a lifetime bodybuilding competition called the King of Naturals Tournament with a $1 million cash prize going to the winner, which would be the biggest cash prize in the history of the sport, natural or enhanced. So, in the event that we are able to pull that off, which we are eyeing towards the end of 2028, this would revolutionize and make history within the sport of bodybuilding and also within the fitness industry. Then, directly after that, we would be segueing into the Natty Queen, where we would essentially be doing a very similar project, only be focusing on female natural bodybuilders. And then from there, it's really skies to the limit. We would take different athletes and insert them in different, more strategic places within the fitness industry and the entertainment industry, respectively, based on their talents and skills and aspirations, and essentially turn them into world leaders, um, influencers of a different type instead
Hmm.
of the way that social media influencers are currently presented within this counterculture and within this natty cinematic universe, the way that we would kind of influence is something more of how a it's what you would imagine the right kind of politician would be doing. Going to schools and talking about health and wellness at schools with like, 14 and 15-year-olds and letting them know
Hmm.
that like being a natural athlete is the preferred method of pursuing the best version of yourself, and that there is no value of taking a shortcut such as steroids or enhancing or augmenting yourself with Botox or some other external substance that you are really just using to augment your physical likeness, but it's not really changing how you feel about yourself internally. And that's really the core message of this project is that to pursue the best version of yourself requires the focus of peaking your mind, your body, and your spirit simultaneously. And that's what we're looking to display within this Natty cinematic universe. And we would take these multiple athletes and present that core theme in various different ways across the varying medias, such as, like I said, film, television, things of
Mhm.
that nature. With that being said, I see a lot of parallels to your aspirations so far as like what this is intending to be. At the end of the day, the most realized version of this vision, it is a studio, it is a network,
Mhm.
and it's essentially a fitness entertainment empire, very similar to how the WWE is structured as a sports entertainment empire. We're basically doing the same thing. The only difference is where the WWE, their stage is the arena that they're currently performing at on that specific night. From my perspective, our stage, so far as the Nattyverse is concerned, is the entire world. And we are looking
Mhm.
to recruit athletes from the entire planet, athletes from India, South Korea, France, Germany, Brazil, and we will be able to take these athletes and promote them to larger than life personas so that they can be influential in the regions of the planet that they come from.
I love that. I
Yeah.
think it's a great idea, especially because, like, I mean, as you mentioned, like social media and like the influencer stuff, like it gets too much into the foreground, and then you kind of lose that like health and wellness
Yes.
behind it. So I really love this idea. I think it's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like to phrase it as a reboot. I like to phrase it as a
Hmm.
reboot to the fitness industry, and essentially it will later on become a reboot to Hollywood, because it's my personal opinion that Hollywood has gotten really watered down with the type of content that they're making so far as specifically with feature-length films. They're not really getting too creative with original storylines. And
Yeah.
I'm really looking to present an option or an opportunity for us to go back to like the golden era of filmmaking where we actually get to focus on human stories that focus on, growth and development and pursuit and
Yeah.
triumph and conflict presented in different ways.
Especially because usually with athletes, there's always something underlying there. Like there's always a motivation behind it. Um, like there's always something. Like usually when they tell us, exercise, it makes us happier. Exercise is good for the endorphins. Exercise is good for like depression. We never really know what other people at the gym are going through, and we never know like the real reason why they're going to the gym. So I
Right.
think it would be like a great way. I mean, if some of these athletes are willing to kind of showcase something deeper within themselves that they're willing to share. Because I know for sure, like I have some stuff that like that pushes me to go to the gym more. And I've met other people as well that like they have their reasons to go to the gym. So it's like I said, it's much more complicated than just going to the gym and wanting to lose weight. Like there's a lot of like layers in between and beneath each person that I think would be really interesting to go through.
Absolutely. Now, just to talk directly to you and to how I would love to work with you. I'll tell you how I would love to work with you specifically.
Hmm.
Um, Going off of the WWE framework, which I have studied to a good extent, one strategy that I'm a big fan of so far is how they build out their storylines. And this is only implemented some of the times, but when it's done effectively, it's actually really compelling, is they do what is called foreshadowing. So let's just give a good hypothetical. Let's say we were to onboard you and we did like an Instagram live interview where we're talking, having a very similar conversation as to what your aspirations are. From there, we would track your specific journey as you become the best version of yourself within your fitness journey and within your aspirations for becoming a studio head or becoming a producer within this empire that we are building together. And over the course of years that turn into decades, we see your growth that started from this very conversation that we're having right now.
Right. No, yeah, I think that would like be really good. It's actually funny that you mentioned that because for like maybe about a year now, I've been kind of like brainstorming this concept in my head, television show, kind of like in the style of maybe like Euphoria or like
Mm.
Succession, but like about people at the gym. And not
Uh,
even at one, like one season would start at one gym, and then the second season would begin at another gym, but second season will because one person leaves that gym for whatever reason. And then it opens up like more characters. And then we learn more about each of these characters and kind of go into like their backstories and stuff like that. Um, but then it would span maybe five, preferably 10 years, because you see more progress throughout 10 years. And you just see how much these characters have grown, not only physically, but also mentally.
And spiritually.
And yeah, and spiritually, exactly. Like, do we see if they've gotten better? Do we see that they've gotten worse? Have they learned from their mistakes? Have they not learned from their mistakes? Did they gain muscle or did they end up gaining the weight? Because sometimes you can go back backwards in
Mhm.
your fitness journey.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of have like the same idea. I think yours though, like I think we can definitely like work together because we kind of have the same idea when it comes to that.
Beautiful. Yeah, let's do it. So the core emphasis is for me, it's identity and community, and I want to show how through the prioritization of those two things, you focus on your identity and you focus on the formation of the community around you. Um, you grow together. So
Hmm.
you're growing and the community around you is growing. And when I say community, I mean your environment. And one thing that, this was something that came across my awareness a couple weeks ago. You are only as healthy as your environment. So when you consider that and you think of all the environments around the world that are unhealthy, and then the people inhabiting those environments are also unhealthy because of the environment. So, so far as like this whole project is concerned, I am looking to improve the quality of life across the board. And it starts with focusing on the identity and turning these uh, select individuals into world leaders, so to speak. At least we create that perception. And through that, we inspire a movement across the world to better themselves and improve the community and the environment that they inhabit.
Absolutely. I think we can definitely do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. All right. Well, I think we're on the same page. Now it's just a matter of like, what do you want to do next? Because like I said, I can definitely talk all big about what the end goal is. What we're focusing on right now is a sizzle reel for the Natty King cinematic docuseries because we want to start shopping that. So far as like the sequential order of things, we're going to be doing a sizzle reel first, which we're aiming to have completed within like the next 6 to 8 weeks. Shop that around, get the green light for the cinematic docuseries. That would be like a 15 episode season with the intention for it to air on Netflix in 2028. And then that would lead directly into a live streamed event, very similar to WrestleMania. Or there was a boxing event that was live streamed on Netflix with Terrence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Something very similar to that, very highly produced. It would be almost a movie. So far as like the storyboarding of that event, we're aiming for like huge international appeal. Again, we're taking athletes from all around the world, so we want the world to tune in on this live streamed event. From there, we'd be going into production on a feature-length film, which would cover the week prior to that live stream event. That's where we would go like super fictionalized, very exaggerated explosions, action, comedy, the whole nine yards
Hmm.
for that feature-length film. And then from there, the world is ours. We basically do the same thing for the Natty Queen, only instead of the feature-length film for that one, we don't scale to epic because during my research and interviews with female athletes in the sport, my understanding is that women are a bit more internal so far as their hero's journey is concerned. They pursue a version of themselves that is more self-accepting of their totality. The little girl in them, the insecure person who, puts on makeup in order to feel like they are beautiful. We're looking to display the growth within that person so far as the story of the Natty Queen. And still, she becomes this symbol for other women to aspire to because it's like if she can do it, so can you. That's kind of the story for the Natty Queen. So yeah, that's basically the 5 year timeline. And then it would just be a matter as to where we would fit you in so far as like what you would like to help on, and your skills and abilities and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm all about growth and I'm all about like supporting you and your journey. And however you would like to assist is where I would like to take your assistance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, I'm a jack of all trades, so like I'm open to like if you need a writer, or like I don't know if you already have somebody like helping you produce, or like, or if you are producing this, like I would be happy to help. Really, like I'm just there to like try to be there for you, like in any way, or like if you need me to like do some research on any of these athletes that you want to go after,
Okay.
possibly like contact them, get their contact information, email them,
All right.
stuff like that.
I love everything that you're saying. So what I'm hearing is jack of all trades, and it sounds like a lot of the things that I can do, you can do too. The way that I'm presenting myself to the fitness industry and Hollywood at large is a film and television producer, because essentially this is like it's both. We're doing a TV series and a feature-length film and a live streamed event, which is like supposed to be the, history in the making kind of once in a lifetime show.
Mhm.
So what I would suggest is there's so many meetings in like the next couple of weeks. I'm meeting with the director to talk about the sizzle reel. We can even draft a better sizzle reel. I'm not the happiest with that. So maybe directly after this call, I will send you the draft of the sizzle reel and see what you think.
Okay.
And then from there, it'll just like, I'm happy to invite you to any meeting that I'm scheduled for. And then, like, if you're available, please do hop on. I think the more information and the more knowledge you have about the vision and the inner workings of this empire, that it's a grassroots empire that's being built from the ground up. So the more information, the more insight you have on it, the better you can assist. And then it just be a matter of collaboration and seeing what you would like to work on.
Absolutely. Yeah, I will like attend as many meetings as I can.
Yeah, and there is no pressure because the ball has already like train has left the station. The ball is already rolling,
Yeah.
and we are aiming for 2028 Netflix. Like that's the deadline. So we have 2 years to get a green light from Netflix. We have 2 years to get financial funding from either Netflix or a third party vendor who's interested in the vision. I'm incredibly confident that we can hit those benchmarks, very confident. And then it's just a matter of like, if you can make a meeting, we would love to have you. And like, I'm able to work directly with you and offload and yada, yada, yada. And if you can't, not the end of the world, you can make the next one.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Cool.
I would love
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right. So what I'll do is I will send you an email with the current draft, and then I have a meeting tomorrow at 3:30 with essentially my social media manager. We're launching the Natty King official Instagram account, where we're basically going to go over the content schedule for the rest of the year. And like I said, if you can make that, great. If you can't, not the end of the world. But I will continue to send you meetings, appointments, and we'll just go from there.
Great.
Cool.
Perfect. Sounds good.
All right. Do you have any questions?
Um, I guess like so how long have you had this project going? So just I want to know like where exactly I'm like stepping into it,
Absolutely.
and like how far along you guys have like already gone into it.
Yeah, great question. See, that's a great question. I'm glad that you asked that. So this project is 2 years old. It started at the beginning of 2024. What started out was myself and my training partner. He goes by Valley Muscle. And originally it was just two of us. Have you seen Pumping Iron?
I don't think so. No.
I highly recommend that you watch Pumping Iron. That is what Honestly, this is like a response to Pumping Iron in a lot of ways. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the star of that documentary, and it
Okay.
is essentially what launched his career and also the sport of bodybuilding. Bodybuilding would not be what it is today if not for that documentary. It really put the sport on the map, and like I said, it turned Arnold Schwarzenegger into a overnight celebrity. So we're essentially borrowing so many elements from that documentary into this multimedia project while also taking elements from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the WWE universe. So we're basically doing like a fusion of those three. So highly recommend that you watch Pumping Iron as homework. And yeah, so to answer your question, it started in 2024 with just myself and my training partner, very similar to Arnold Schwarzenegger and his training partner. And then as the work continued to expand, I saw an opportunity to spotlight more athletes than just myself and my training partner. So that's when it
Mhm.
went from 2 to 30. And since
Wow.
then, I have recruited and casted 10 natural bodybuilders for this year, and I will be casting an additional 10 in 2026 and the final 10 in 2027, with the intention of this being a bigger deal. The stakes get raised every single year. More people within the sport and the fitness industry become more aware of this project each year as we get bigger funding and word of mouth and yada, yada, yada.
Okay. I love that. That's really cool.
And
Yeah,
I have started the process of soft casting for the Natty Queen series. Um,
mm,
it's soft because it's like you don't want to rush. I don't like rushing anything. But we do have a deadline. So 2028 is the deadline. But I am speaking to natural female athletes just to get more perspective on their side of the sport. And I am all about inclusion. So this is supposed to feel like a community success story so far as the natural bodybuilding community is concerned.
yeah, I love that. I love that you're already thinking ahead. So like that, you have more information to build off of for Natty Queen.
Right. Yeah, no, I actually see the Natty Queen being I'm not gonna say bigger story because like this is one huge baby of mine. Like this is like my baby. Like this is my life's work, what we're
Yeah.
doing. And I just see like the Natty Queen in all the ways that the Natty King is like huge and epic and like, the man saves the day. The Natty Queen
Yeah.
is supposed to be like, it's supposed to be tender and
Yeah.
emotionally resonating, you know? And I'm
Yeah.
really taking my time. I want to work with women and I want to hear their story and understand their perspective before I dive very deep into the story, you know?
hmm Oh yeah, I love that. Like
Yeah.
I said, I'm on board for all of this. This sounds like a great idea.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm excited and perhaps like now that I have you on the team, I can actually bounce more ideas so far as because like I don't want it to be like me who's really running like I'm down to run the show for the Natty Queen, but I really want female voices like in
Mhm.
positions of power and influence and persuasion so far as that project is
Great.
concerned, because I'm not a woman. So I can only relate so much. So having you on board in this capacity as a potential co-producer, as a writer, as the many talents that you have access to, that's
Mhm.
huge. That's huge.
Can I ask if how many other like female team members there are? Is it just me so far, or is it are there other women?
So we have female athletes that I've spoken to who have expressed a desire to be a part of the project. No one is official yet. And
hmm
so far as the crew is concerned, you would be the only woman currently on the crew. And
Oh wow.
like the official crew is comprised of myself, you, and people who are basically like piecemealing assistants. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it's like we've got
Yeah.
athletes. Yeah, we've got the natural bodybuilding community and they know about this project, but I haven't give official titles to people yet beyond just like if you would like to assist, this is my project. If you would like to assist, you're welcome to. And people assist in that way, but no official titles have been given out.
Oh, okay. I see. No,
Mhm.
yeah, like either way, like let's just do this.
I'm down.
It sounds really cool. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Okay. One question I have for you, and by the way, questions are the future of this project. So like the more questions you ask, the more curiosity you have about the project, the more it blossoms. I'll just say that. But one question I have for you is what kind of because you said that you do act, and I'm all about like the promotion of a person's growth. So like what kind of public facing career would you be interested in having so far as us actually tracking the trajectory of your career publicly?
Uh, I'm a little confused by that question. Do you mean like if I'm open to like being posted online
Yes,
or what do you mean?
precisely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Would you be okay with this specific recording being posted on YouTube?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, we'll just go from there. And I personally, so when I onboard athletes into this project and I integrate them, most of my interviews and onboarding is on Instagram Live, and then we'll go back and probably compile the whole thing into like one beautiful documentary that's separate from everything, like the making of the Nattyverse,
hmm
something like that. So I keep that in mind. I like to have as many of these types of conversations open and available to the public as possible, just because I think it's very important to show how an empire is built from the ground up. That way people can replicate it in the future and not be so fearful, like, oh, if Shaun Fury can do it, I can do it too, that kind of thing.
Okay. No, yeah, I think that's a great idea to kind of track the progress. I mean, I feel like athletes do the same thing when they like take photos of themselves, like
Yeah.
progress
Yeah.
photos. So it's like kind of in the same realm.
Yeah, it totally is. The only difference is instead of it being an athlete photo, it's an empire photo.
Right.
This is the building of an empire, and I'm incredibly excited about it, as you can see.
Yeah. Oh, you should be. This sounds like a great idea.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, well, I'm good on my end. Do you have anything else for you?
No, no, I feel pretty pumped up so far.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay. I will send you an email. And what is your favorite method of communication? Do you like Instagram Live or Instagram DMs? Do you like emails? Do you like text? So far as when it comes to like scheduling meetings and stuff like that.
I'm good with any of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. DM me your phone number, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay. Perfect. I'll do
Cool.
it right now.
All right. This was dope. All right. You will be hearing from me very shortly.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sean.
Thank you. Welcome to the team.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. All right, I'll talk to you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.